Legendary diplomat Henry Kissinger has labelled China the biggest problem for America and the world. The comments come as a senior Australian commander has warned the communist power is engaging in so-called grey zone warfare. Live to Jonathan Lee. Jonathan, this is being seen as a military insight into how to deal with China.
Yeah, good morning to you, Tom. It certainly is at least a military insight into how top military brass perceive China's increased belligerence in our region in the Indo-Pacific. In this case, it was comments given behind closed doors. The man was Major General Adam Findlay, who was the commanding officer of our special forces. It was certainly behind closed doors, but it's found its way now into the media, talking very much about grey zone tactics. And those are tactics which cover all sorts of scope, from peace right the way up to kinetic warfare. It's about pushing and probing in other nations' defences. It could be cyber attacks, it could be falsified information, it could even be what Taiwan is currently enduring with China at the moment, testing their own airspace. The fear, though, is that this could end up drifting into all-out conflict. And the suggestion is at least that Australia needs to be prepared for that. It comes as legendary diplomat Henry Kissinger talks about China, and this is how he describes the nation in regards to America and the West.
The biggest problem for America, the biggest problem for the world, because if we can't solve that, then the risk is that all over the world, a kind of Cold War will develop between China and the United States. For the first time in human history, humanity has capacity to extinguish itself in a finite period of time.
Yeah, concerning there, basically pointing out that China is a problem in particular because of the increased militarisation of the nation and the access to technology and nuclear weapons. This is how Penny Wong responded on Sky News earlier this morning, which you heard about it.
He is absolutely right to point out the disruptive effect that China's assertiveness and at times aggression is having on the world order. That is absolutely correct. So the question is, how do we deal with that? From Australia's perspective, one of the things we have to do is to work very closely with other nations in our region, nations who are allied to us, nations aligned to us, to ensure we have the sort of region we want. And that means being a reliable and sincere partner. I would say, Laura, that the government's approach to the relationship with India at the moment really flies in the face of that imperative.